Welcome to another bold and inspiring edition of the No Limits Life podcast. I'm your host, Nordine, joined by my co-host, Ken.
Hey.
Today's story is about reinventing grit and the courage to build something from the ground up. It's about how purpose finds us, not always in boardrooms or battlefields, but in our hometowns through service, storytelling, and food. True impact is feeding others, not just with knowledge, but with hope, opportunity, and community. It's easy to share advice, but real impact goes deeper. It nourishes the human spirit. It offers more than facts. It offers hope when someone feels lost. It creates opportunity where there was none. And it builds a sense of belonging in a world that often feels disconnected. True leadership is not about being the smartest in the room. It's about making everyone feel seen, capable, and connected. Our guest today is a Tucson native, Air Force veteran, a creator of the Tucson Tasty Show, a media platform born from resilience, empowered by passion. After a career in aerospace physiology and public health, he found himself facing career uncertainty. What emerged was a new chapter, one rooted in lifting up Tucson culinary artists, giving voice to unsung heroes of the food scene and spotlighting community without cost. Please help us welcome a force of innovation, purpose, and local pride, Wesley Sorce. Okay.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to have the conversation.
You're making me nervous.
I'm sorry.
And one of the reasons that I feel nervous is that when I see people that are going from where you've been to empowering the community and people as a whole through food, that makes me nervous because I like to cook.
I like
and when
to
I'm
eat.
sitting with the chef right here.
This is executive chef Christian Padilla. Padilla, yes, Padilla.
So welcome both. Now I want to ask you about that quote that I read earlier. How do you apply that in your own life and in serving the community?
I love that quote. Is that yours?
Yes.
That's incredible.
I made that
love
just for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I wrote it when I wrote the script for you.
And it's very impactful, and it's all about community. And one of the things that we thrive with, and actually one of the conversations that Chef Padilla and I had recently was that we're here to support the community, and the best way that we can do that is through the radio show. And we're on, KNSD 790, and we're on from 12 to 1 every Saturday. And when we're talking to everybody, it's a big impact for these small businesses. And the small businesses in our community are not only the backbone, but what everybody should be rallying behind, because that's our economy, and where we're going to be able to grow. And so we offer that to those leaderships or those leaders in our community to be able to support and back them up at no cost. So
when you say at no cost, can you describe what it means? Because not everybody understand. It sounds like it's free.
For the chefs to come into the show to get the interview, 100%, absolutely no cost. Their cost is time, because there's always an opportunity cost, right? And their opportunity cost is coming to the studio and spending an hour or hour and a half, depending on what kind of shenanigans we get up to, and conversation, and just telling their story. Because the storytelling is the most important part of any restaurant or culinary figure, right? Would you agree with that?
I would agree 100%, especially in Tucson, where you have these chefs that are trying to, bring something new to the community and also be a part of the culinary world and the community of chefs in Tucson, bringing influence to everybody else. It's very important, for them to have a platform where they could speak their thoughts and, contribute to what we're doing and the cause.
I'm just kind of curious. You went from solar energy to doing a podcast show or a radio show about food.
Yes.
How did this happen?
Well, food's always been a cornerstone in my life because my background is I'm Italian and my wife's Greek. So
Wow.
Do you speak
everything.
Italian?
No, of course not.
Perché no? Devi parlare italiano, no?
No, I'm an American. I was born and raised
you
in America.
understand some.
I do understand some, but
There's culture there.
So my grandfather, my great grandfather, who was from Italy, he actually wouldn't allow Italian to be spoken in the house because we're Americans now. We speak English, and that's what
Same
he
with
wanted.
my parents. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Sorce is actually Sorce in
Sorce.
Italy, and
I like that.
And it's Americanized, and it's for marketing and media, so that it's easier for people to remember, and there's a lot to it. So, so everybody
Going
rallies
from
around food.
there to
Yeah, from
here.
solar to food.
Yes.
How does that happen?
So everybody rallies around food. So food has always been a very passionate part of my life. As you can see, I have a couple extra pounds, and when we travel, me and my family travel, it's all based around food. We make reservations. We go do other things, but we're going to those reservations. That's why we're there wherever we go. And food is also the cornerstone for every culture. Everybody eats.
That's so true.
If you don't eat, I don't trust you.
Yeah, and it's and you can attest to that too.
Yes.
Food, and when we eat together at the table. Because in America, when I came here, the first thing I saw, you can eat anytime. Lunch, they call lunch when it's 4:00, dinner when it's 10. So we in Europe, we sit down at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we spend upward of 2 hours eating.
Yep.
But that's our shrink sessions. We don't go see shrinks there. We talk to each other. So would you say that accurate, Chef?
That is completely accurate, actually. Growing up, it was, for lack of better words, mandatory for us to all have dinner together, where, it was our bonding time. And, when I had the privilege of spending, I think about 3 months in Spain, I noticed the same thing in that culture, in that community, where people would go out to dinner at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., but as a group, and it was never necessarily solo activity. It was more of, even if you do go out by yourself, you meet other people and it's just like, come sit with us at this table and, be a part of what we have going on.
Yeah. And what I was trying to say, here with this is that food also bring people together because there is some emotion attached to food.
Absolutely.
To the food we consume.
Yeah.
Growing up, we ate together, and we had rich food, and that was embedded in my head. Later on in life, I would be in an office, and if I was stressed out, I would start thinking about, subconsciously that is, the food that I ate before to make me feel better.
Yes.
And that's what I would go seek and have, wherever I was. So, what can you tell us about that connection?
To finish the first question, the cornerstone and that guttural necessity of eating, but having that connection to food. And there's been so many chefs in Tucson that have caused that reaction where it's like, oh, this is my mom's soup, and nobody makes soup like my mom. And stuff like that. That's where the passion came from. And the show came from. I started advertising. With the solar, and after my first interview on a smaller station here in Tucson, I was asked, if you had a radio show, what would it be about? And food is a natural. Let's talk about food because I'm the only food talk radio in Tucson.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's kind of a finesse because food is very visual, but it is also listening to other people explain it when it's done well, it's absolutely incredible. So we we started ramping it up. I had a mentor that walked me through the process of starting the show, and as we grew and we grew the audience, because everybody in Tucson loves food so much, and it's so natural to talk about.
Didn't Tucson just win some award for being like the place for food?
So actually, in 2015, we became the UNESCO City of Gastronomy.
Wow. Oh yeah, I heard
which
about
is,
that. Yes, absolutely.
a historic designation because we've had 5,000 years of continuous growth in agriculture along the Santa Cruz River down by Santa Fe Mission, which is absolutely incredible, right? And in the downtown area as well. So we have 5,000 years of food history in Tucson, and so we got named.
Is that
the
where
Creative
Sonoran hot
City.
dogs come from?
No, they come from Sonora.
Is that because of the different cultures that are here?
So it's actually because of that history, and then as we grew that, we have to continue to research and develop the city as a culinary or creative city. According to UNESCO, every 4 years we have to reapply. We've been doing so well here in Tucson with helping to grow that agriculture. Now we have. Heritage Grain and with Don from Barrio Bread, and we have so many different things and so many creatives in Tucson.
There's so many one-of-a-kind restaurants, which I love.
And
love going to. The chains are okay, but man, the one-of-a-kinds are so awesome.
And so many James Beard Award-winning chefs here in Tucson, and which is great because we get recognized on a national level, and then we're internationally recognized as well. And Tucson just became the president of UNESCO Cities or Creative Cities of Gastronomy. So not only are we on the national stage and being pushed out through UNESCO, we're also the leader when it comes to those cities, which is just incredible.
So, Chef, coming back to that cultural aspect of culinary, where food brings emotion and vice versa, and as you mentioned, food is everything, literally. Can you delve into that? Food is everything. As it pertains to people's energy, behavior. Obviously, a person who is starving is not going to behave the same way as a person who's eating well, right?
Yes, we call it hangry in the industry.
Hangry.
I'm very hangry right now.
Yeah,
Talking to you guys.
I'm a little hangry about not food in front of me. No, but that's correct. So a lot of my dishes, dishes that I very much spend a lot of mental energy creating. I like to create nostalgic dishes, where my stepmother's birria that I learned how to butcher goats when I was 11. So that's where we started cooking birria with my stepmother, and then just putting some finesse and serving it in a finer dining scenario. I've actually had people from Mexico City like, "Oye, señor, este sabor es de Sonora, eres mexicano," where they would actually be able to recognize my culture and recognize where I came from with the flavors that I was actually able to replicate as well.
Would you say that there's an element of spirituality in your cooking?
There definitely is when you're eating it. I mean, it's like next level good. He was just talking about his birria. He does a lamb shank birria that is incredible. We did a photo shoot and a segment with him at his restaurant, his previous restaurant, and he gave me, we take all the pictures and then we get to try it. I didn't share that with anybody. Like I just powered through it. It was like, it was so good.
When I refer to spirituality as an experience, so to speak, when you cook, do you bring that intentionally or unintentionally, that spirit of your grandparents, for instance? Tell us a little bit more about that. Because obviously you're a chef. I love to cook, but I'm not near how you do it and how you feel when you do it. So can you tell us more about that?
Well, you might be surprised. Cooking is only 10% of our job, so
that's exactly what I was referring to.
You're getting closer.
Yeah.
But most definitely, whenever I'm creating dishes or a menu, I like to I put so much mental energy and concentration where I like making an experience for people. I love for them to feel like blown away, you know, because I mean, there's nothing more complimentary than having, you know, walking up to people afterwards and just them saying like, I have never tasted anything like this. This is phenomenal. Or, you know, quite the opposite, where it's just like, this could use some work, which, I mean, it happens.
People tell you that?
Once in a while, you get that one, you know, specific person.
That's usually me.
Because you just want
Because he
more.
wants seconds. Yeah, he's all like, try this one again. No, but, you know, I take all criticism.
No, I understand when you say that when you get feedback and the feedbacks that are really inspiring, you know, because they inspire you too. I mean, you inspire them with the food, but they inspire you. For instance, when I coach people in health and wellness, you know, and when they send me an email and say, you know, I've lost weight and I feel much better, that inspires me. So when you said, you know, cooking is just 10%, I want to know what the other 90% is.
The other 90%, for me personally, as far as cooking goes, it's locating the food, locating the ingredients, finding out where it comes from, finding out about the farmers, finding out how it got from point A to point B.
Celebrating the flavors.
Yeah, celebrating the flavors. Is it in season? Who are you trying to sell to?
A huge amount of work.
Oh, yeah, and
People don't understand that, don't see that. They only see what you do, you know.
And I would ask the question back at you, actually. You know, when you're cooking, you said you're Italian?
No, I'm French.
You're French. Yeah. Okay. Well, then I can't use that reference.
But I lived in Italy.
When you're
and
making,
my parents are North African Berbers. So there's many cultures of cooking.
Absolutely.
There, you know.
But I was going to use the spaghetti sauce,
Yeah.
right? I'm Italian. Everybody that's Italian makes spaghetti sauce, and they make it their family's way.
The best.
And
They're all
it's
the
the best. It's
Yeah.
the gravy. It's you know, it's what's going on. And when we're making spaghetti sauce at home, it's a ritual almost.
Ritual. That's the word I was looking for.
The kids know it when
That's
they're
what
walking in the
you-
doors.
That's exactly
The ritual,
the word I was looking for.
Yep.
When you cook, it's ritualistic. It's you creating something. I have another question, and I'm sure that a lot of people want to ask this question. Why is it that when I eat a pizza in Italy and when I eat a pizza here is not the same? Is it because of the ingredients?
it's missing one special ingredient.
And is it?
Amore.
Oh,
Amore.
yeah,
It's
love.
amore.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's-
So the person who's making it in Italy is making it better?
I would say there's so many things that are in attention to detail to get that pizza from the oven to the plate.
Yeah.
That it could be missing, you know? I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I will say you could give 5 chefs the same recipe and all 5 chefs will make this recipe completely different. But you'll be able to taste the one that they actually spent time to, you know, replicate.
So that belief of ingredients then is erroneous then?
No, ingredients are everything.
I mean, the ingredients coming from that country make that pizza better. Is it correct?
I don't know.
That's what I've heard many times before.
Yeah. I've never been to Italy, so I haven't had their pizza.
Well, here's the question: did Italians teach Americans how to cook pizza, or did the Americans teach Italians how to cook pizza?
That's a good question. I don't know.
So I think it boils down to Chef. I would agree with Chef Petila with amore,
Yeah,
love.
It's the love.
the
Absolutely.
love you put in that cooking. Yeah, absolutely.
You're using traditional media right now with iHeart, with the radio station you're on.
Yes.
Radio. How are you dealing with radio versus digital nowadays? Because digital is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Absolutely. And radio is still the king. And I want to put that out there because it is. Podcasts are amazing. And we're happy to support any way we can. We also post everything out as a podcast. So once the radio show is aired, we wait a couple weeks and then we post it out again as that. And it's for time and memoriam because we want to give that as access to everybody. And,
So
if you're
when
not
you
just tuning
referring
in.
to post it, you're talking about other platforms?
To every platform
Or
you
on
can
your
listen to any
any
podcasts as well, and it
platforms,
is on my
absolutely.
website as well.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
do you put the episodes on your website as well, full
Yes.
episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's as many places as we can put
Oh,
it
good.
because YouTubers stay on YouTube, Instagrammers stay on Instagram, and there's some cross pollination, if you will, that happens. But typically, everybody stays in their own sphere. So we're trying to penetrate those spheres as much as possible. So we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and we can go down the list. Apple Podcast, and everything that we can be on.
I do have a love-hate relationship for when you're in the studio, because you're just across from our studio.
Yes.
And there's all kinds of incredible food that goes in and out of there, and I can smell it, and it's terrible.
You are welcome anytime.
But I do love it, though, when I'm in the conference room and I find some leftovers, because I will eat it.
Wesley and Chef Padilla, thank you. The hard work you're doing, and especially the cooking and the effort and the love you're putting in all this. It changed life, because food changed life.
Yes.
I completely believe this. I started working at Miraval when I first started. I met Chef Neff, which is going to be he's going to be on your show, and he was on the show Oprah, and he said this to me. The first thing he said to me, he said, "I cook conscious cuisine. I make healthy food tasty, and that changes people." And I believe that's what you guys do, change people via food. So thank you for being on the show, and
we're honored to be on the show, and you're welcome on the show anytime. If you smell really good food and you want to come over and try
we
some,
were talking about it
just,
earlier. We said,
just bust in the door.
That sounds good.
I hope Wesley has something for us.
Well, we want to thank our viewers for watching today, and want to thank you guys for being here. So if you enjoyed what you got to see or hear, or both today, please like, share, or
Comment,
subscribe.
yes, absolutely. We want to hear about you.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. So, and we're looking forward to seeing you again. So take care.
Thank you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take it.
Follow your